Happy New Year! We're at the end of 2020. I'm so excited. We finally made it. My blog for today is actually going to be the astrology for January in like a shortened version of 2021, just so you kind of know. But it is raining again here. It's supposed to rain for like 5 days. Yay! We need as much rain as we can possibly get. And but it's kind of dark, as you can tell, and it's a little bit dreary. But you know, and I'm all bundled up in my jacket today. But it's a beautiful day because it's raining and we need the rain. Okay, let's do the numerology and the astrology for today. If you add all those numbers together, 12/31/2020, you get the number 11. The number 11 is associated with Leonardo da Vinci. It's the number of transcendence. It's the number of thinking outside of the box. It is a little bit of a rebel number. It is about doing things differently because you have a clear perspective that maybe other people don't have because you're not caught in the fray, that you're kind of in an overview place. So from that overview place, you'll notice that many things are going to change. And that should be crystal clear to those holding sanity as a torch of hope, even if what you are holding feels like a thread. The duality of the number 2, if you add the 1 and the 1 together, you get the number 2, seeks answers and reasons to a world that has gone mad for the last 4 years. The return to normal will never look as it did 4 years ago. That world is dead and gone. But we can move towards a new place of stability, and one where the rules and laws of our old world will need to be revised and changed so we do not have further Americans suffer the same fate, so we don't have future Americans suffer the same fate as us. This number is about looking at things with the crisp, clear clarity of overview that has been sorely lacking in the past few years. Now, hopefully, it returns and brings back perspective. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, I think it's the nature of the evolution of humanity that we have so much of this conflict that has to be somehow resolved. And that's why you hope the people that are in positions of power have the intelligence and they have the overview that they can recognize the long-term consequences of actions and choices. But, you know, that's clearly not been true for the last 30 years or 40 years. So you know, as a result, it's like, it's a whole thing that we fail at again and again. But, you know, the only way to do this is to learn. And hopefully we learn from our mistakes. This time, I am the eternally hopeful person that we can learn from our mistakes. But I don't think we can learn if we don't tell the truth. So, all right. The astrology today. The moon is in sensitive Cancer until about 2 p.m., but it will form a square to Mars before it slides into the affectionate sign of Leo. The Cancer moon wants connection, safety, and to know we are safe. Mars wants to get things going. It feels like we need to move, and we need to move now. One wants safety and security. The other wants freedom to choose and experience all life has to offer. Know that some people will have trouble speaking their mind and deciding what they want because of that, because they're torn between these two sides. Because a lot of us just want this over. A lot of us just want the insanity to stop. And I get it. Everyone just wants to feel better. All those feelings seem reasonable, but we are in an unreasonable time and place. We are in a time of great change. And so when human egos try to throw the rule book out the window and defy the laws and order of the land, it becomes a guessing game as to what tragedy is coming next. That is why you keep your center and prepare for all contingency plans just to be sure. Venus aligns with the south node of the moon in Sagittarius, and it will square and parallel Pluto. A lot of astrological gobbledygook for fateful encounters. I started noticing this a few days ago. In one day, 4 various people from my past showed up either right in front of me or over the phone. And that's so amazing because, you know, when you're in masks and you're in town, I mean, I can't recognize anybody. I don't know how anybody recognizes me, but somehow they recognize me. And I'm like, oh my God, who is that? Like, pull your mask down so I can see who it is. Like, oh, okay. So I think what's happening is that it's this moment where soul family is starting to come together, and we have to recognize that we're all here to help each other to the best of our ability, and to learn to listen and to love the journey we are on and honor and respect the journeys of others. And so I think those people circle back around because you need to reconnect and go, oh yeah, you're this very cool person, and I appreciate you being in my life. Yeah, let's hear what your journey has been over the last 10 years. Like, let's see what everyone is up to. So this, though, can make you feel pulled in many directions. And it did that for me. It's like I felt like, oh my God, I'm being pulled to 10 years ago. I'm being pulled to 5 years ago. And it was like all these past people, were showing up and reminding me of another time and another self and another reflection of the progress that I have made in the last few years. And I'm sure everyone else is doing the same thing. It's like I always say, if I'm like the normal person, everyone is having the same experience in their own way. So much reflection is coming at us, and it can kind of temporarily kill the creativity if we're not trying to move towards something. Okay, we need to learn to move towards something. So don't get discouraged. This is only temporary. Thank God the planets are always in motion, right? So just don't let yourself fall back into those old behaviors, because you're not the same person you were back then. I'm not the same person I was back then. I've changed, you've changed, we've all changed, and we need to learn to listen to the journey of others and marvel at the trajectory of their soul's process of evolution, and reconnect from this place of where are we right now. And yes, we have this base from which to work towards, but that was just the base. And so this is like the next book in a trilogy. So this is the next layer that we're reconnecting. All right, my quote for today. Watch the synchronicities unfold as they turn karmic lead into gold. Circles of connection come back around. Those things thought lost are finally found. Trust the process of your young self so bold. Nothing you thought could really be controlled. Laugh at the places where the loss took your soul. Your soul is intact. It was the ego that took the toll. Smile and connect with all that was lost. Remember that life shows consequence and cost. All right, and let's do this quick look on my blog into January of 2021. Okay, can you smell the change in the air? The fresh air starting to clear out the smoke of deception and the flash bombs of distortion. With Jupiter and Saturn having moved into the air sign of Aquarius, a strong wind of change is happening. And Mars is finally moving into the manifesting, determined, and comforting sign of Taurus on the 6th of January after an extra long 6 months in Aries, which has caused a lot of agitation and aggravation, especially in the month of December. The anxiety in people, and so many were wondering what was wrong with them, right? And this was just the astrology, it's like this agitation starts to hit us. And so that's what I love about astrology. It kind of explains to me why I have the mood or the feeling that I'm having. And so then it's easy for me to go, oh, that's the planets. Okay, I can calm down. It's like this is just, it's stirring things up. Now, Venus moves into the Earth sign of Capricorn on the 8th through the end of the month. Although this combination of Venus is not the best for intimacy and love, it will be good for finances and getting things in order and taking pragmatic steps to create a solid foundation in 2021. Uranus finally turns around and ends his retrograde cycle since August, and that indicates another shifting out of the frozen and stagnant energy of the past 4 years and into one that is progressive and expanding of our technological know-how in order to get this world back on track. Know that an explosive combination happens on Inauguration Day. Mars aligns with Uranus, and it will be not remotely what inaugurations have ever looked like. Expect someone to try to steal the show and make another mess of things. Everyone desires a very positive change, but some people cannot handle being out of the positions of power nor out of the limelight. Revolution is a word I don't like to use, but in this case, I will have to use it to describe the possibility that can happen in the streets or by those who want to manipulate circumstances that are forcing changes in a particular White House. Okay, that's it. Thanks.